Britain, where good ideas come to die. It used to be that good ideas were born in the United Kingdom, but it's no longer 1825, it is 2025, and it seems like our country is rapidly disappearing down a toilet. Is probably the polite way that I would say this, because I am a pastor, so I've got to choose my words carefully with this one. And I'm making this video because, quite frankly, I'm annoyed about what's going on in my country, and the sign of the times is this letter that I'm about to read to you from the head teacher of Norwood Primary School. So obviously you know what this video is about if you've seen the thumbnail. But let's read what these guys are up to in Eastleigh, which is in Hampshire, not far from where I used to live, actually. But it says this: Dear parents and carers, very inclusive, as we approach the spring season, I would like to inform you about an important update regarding our school's traditional Easter celebrations. And you're wondering what those changes are going to be. Are they going to do an Easter egg hunt? Are they going to do a passion play? Are they going to invite maybe a local vicar in or pastor to talk about the resurrection? No, they're not. It says, after careful consideration and discussion with our school community, we have decided not to hold the Easter bonnet parade. I didn't know that was a thing, but they're not going to do it. Or the Easter service this year.
No, don't like that.
This decision has been made in the spirit of inclusivity. Can you... I'm sorry. It's so inclusive that we're going to rule out the Christian faith. Anyway, and respect for diverse religious beliefs, except the one that this nation was founded on, apparently, represented within our school community. Okay, so they're so inclusive, and they're so diverse, and they're so respectful that they're going to cancel the major Christian holiday in the Christian calendar. Now, I love Christmas, massive fan of Christmas, but Christmas to me is secondary to Easter, because without the resurrection of Christ, there is no Christianity. And so this is what they're doing here. Our school is committed to fostering an environment where every child feels valued and respected, unless, of course, they're a Christian that values the resurrection, regardless of their religious background. By not holding specific religious celebrations, we aim to create a more inclusive atmosphere that honors and respects the beliefs of all our children and their families. So we're going to respect people's beliefs and honor those beliefs by cancelling those beliefs, or maybe ignoring them, or pretending like they don't exist. Does this lady even understand English? Like, seriously, does she understand the words that she's writing on the page? Because I don't think that she does. Sorry, I'm very much more animated than my usual videos. It's because I'm passionate about my country. Obviously, I'm a Christian, I'm a pastor, and a lot of the criticisms that I hear sometimes is pastors don't speak up about these things. Well, I'm speaking up right now about this issue. And it says, we understand that this change may be disappointing for some. I don't think disappointing's the word. In fact, I think this Daily Mail article here says the head teacher sparked fury after requesting all reference to Christmas be removed from a traditional festive pantomime. So that's something she did at Christmas. And I think the title of the article is branded as disgraceful. So I don't think disappointment is the word. I don't know this lady. What I would say is she needs Jesus and she needs prayer. But these decisions are, in my opinion, a travesty to our nation, and not disappointing, but actually abominable. Yes, I'm going to say abominable, because at the end of the day, this is a Christian country. I know people like to say, hey, we're multicultural and, multi-faith and all these other things. But the reality is the roots of why we believe what we believe and understand what we understand is because of Judeo-Christian values. And if you kind of want to read more into that, I would recommend Glenn Scrivener's book, The Air We Breathe. But anyway, going back to this letter. So we go. We understand that the change may be disappointing to some, especially those who've cherished these traditions over the years. However, we believe that this decision aligns with our values of inclusivity and respect for diversity. I don't think, again, they mean what she thinks they mean. we're exploring alternative ways to celebrate the season in future years that will be inclusive of all children and reflect the rich cultural diversity of our community. Reflect it by ignoring it. How can you reflect something if you cancel the thing that you're supposed to be reflecting? It's like saying, I'm going to use this mirror to reflect the light of the sun, and then you close your curtains so the sun can't be reflected. It doesn't make sense. This lady does not understand what she's talking about. Anyway, one of the ways we would be celebrating inclusivity is by taking part in Refugee Week, which occurs in June, as well as beginning our journey to become an accredited school of sanctuary. Watch this space. It's got an exclamation point. That's why I said it like that. In the meantime, we look forward to seeing many of you at the music festival in a couple of weeks. A very inclusive, non-offensive, culturally diverse music festival, I'm sure, but not so diverse to actually include anything meaningful for anyone. But we appreciate your understanding and support as we make this transition. So it sounds like there's more to come. So maybe these threats regarding Christmas are going to be a thing already in London. We're seeing you can't have Christmas markets or Christmas festivals or Christmas lights. It's winter markets, winter festivals, winter lights. And do you know what? When you speak to maybe a Muslim or a Hindu or a Buddhist, I've never heard one complain about Easter or Christmas. They're usually they're in Britain. They're like, yeah, no, we think it's a good thing that these are celebrated, even if they don't celebrate them. And sometimes they do, sometimes they participate, but they think it's a good thing. And so I'm like, who are they asking about these things? I remember one time in the UK, there was a news story where Gideon Bibles had been taken out of hospitals because it might offend the Muslims. And then when a Muslim organization was asked, they were like, no, we think it's a good thing Bibles are being put in there. So they never asked the people that are supposedly going to be offended by these things. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact the school office. I bet you they're inundated this morning. I bet you their voicemail is full. Their email inboxes are full. I bet you their phone hasn't stopped ringing since school opened this morning. Feel sorry for that, secretary. And so anyway, just at the end this, talked about this Refugee Week, which occurs in June. So I went on the Refugee Week website, which is a thing. Apparently, I didn't know this. You probably didn't know this too. And that's all I could say is it's got the headline, Refugee Week 2025, Community as a Superpower. And I'm going to put this on a website. I'll take a screenshot off my computer and be able to snatch this for you. But they've got a wonderful picture there of a very diverse group of people. You see a few different ages, babies, little old lady, and different skin colors. But I just got to point this out because this is where we are in 2025. The one person not represented on this thing, see if you can guess as you look at this picture that is on the screen. It's a white man. So we see right at the back, there's a multicolored haired person of androgynous gender or sexual persuasion, or I don't know how you would say that, but we don't know, is that a girl or is it a boy right at the back there? But there's no white blokes because, scum of the earth, aren't they? So, and I don't want to get political or cultural. I am first and foremost a pastor. But what I want to point out is what's going on with this kind of inclusivity, cultural diversity, and all this other stuff. It doesn't work because inevitably you have to force out somebody to appease somebody else. The reality is that what we believe about God, what Muslims believe about God, what Hindus believe about God, what Buddhists believe about God is very different. And in fact, the worldviews of all four of those religions are very different. And the fact that those worldviews can only coexist in a Judeo-Christian founded society. It doesn't exist in the reverse. You go to those nations where those religions are predominant and are in power, and you will find that Christianity is a persecuted religion. And that might surprise somebody to say, Buddhists persecute Christians? Yes, they do. Hindus persecute Christians? Yes, they do. And so these things only exist and are only compatible in the value system that has been placed here in the West by the Judeo-Christian society. So welcome to Britain in 2025. I pray that man, there's a revival in this nation, and that these things will start to dissipate and people will begin to celebrate the resurrection again. What I would say, if you're a Christian, make much of the resurrection this year. Celebrate Easter. I don't know, send your kid to school with the Jesus has risen badge on or something like that, and so make that statement and things. Maybe go to work with the Jesus has risen badge, and if they say, "What are you wearing?" we say, "Well, people wear pride badges in June. Why can't I wear a Jesus has risen badge in Easter?" I don't think that should. We're inclusive, we're diverse, we're tolerant, so that should be okay, shouldn't it? And things. Maybe we should do that. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up now before I start really rambling. I just wanted to bring this to people's attention and just say, as a pastor, I'm speaking up to say I believe this is wrong. I believe that school should walk back its decision, and I think other schools in the United Kingdom should think carefully if they want to follow suit in cancelling Easter, which is the primary celebration of the Christian calendar. In the meantime, if you like this kind of more cultural content, especially to do with the UK, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I just want to be a pastor that speaks up about these issues going on in my country where appropriate. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next video. God bless.